Good afternoon and welcome to the first game of the Delbarton Invitational Tournament. I'm Ben DeVella, joined alongside by Lorenzo Scola. Lorenzo, how you doing today?
I'm great, Ben. I'm excited for this matchup between two powerful top state teams.
And those two top state teams are going to be the Delbarton Green Wave and the St. Augustine Hermits. Lorenzo, you got to speak with Coach Donovan before the game. Let's go to that. What do you have to say?
I'm Lorenzo Scola, joined by head coach of soccer, Dr. Donovan, for the Greenway Sports Network. Coach Donovan, what have you told your players today to maintain composure in order for this big matchup?
We're trying to treat it like every other game. We say play the game and not the occasion. And so we have excellent competition here this weekend in Chaminade and, of course, St. Augustine, who's 5 in the state. So I think the focus is on doing our stuff and taking care of business. And I think the rest takes care of itself.
Okay, coming in at 7-0, your team has played amazing so far throughout this season. What's the key to maintaining that success against the toughest opponent yet today?
I think the key is going to be staying healthy. The best ability is eligibility, coaches say, and we've had a number of guys sick this week and last week, something going through us, and then a number of injuries, and we're hoping to get a couple guys back today to see how they look. So if we can stay healthy and start building and starting to find our kind of offensive rhythm and momentum, I think we'll be good heading into the counties and ultimately the states.
All right, thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you, Lorenzo.
Welcome back to pregame coverage before the Green Wave take on the Hermits. Lorenzo, what do you have for the Hermits coming up into this one?
Yeah, they just came off a big 3-0 win versus Vineland with 1 goal from their top junior, Mike Caluzzi, who has 7 goals so far on the season. We're both going to be able to see a lot of him today. And they lost their top senior to Susquehanna College, who had 18 goals last year. So just relying on those juniors and their younger talent is what I expect to see. And for the Green Wave, Cortland Martin has been on fire.
He has been on fire, scoring 6 goals, leading the Green Wave so far this season. You might be thinking, what about Owen Miller? He's back in the lineup today, making his season debut. A big impact for the Green Wave in their first matchup with St. Augustine since November of 2015. So a long-awaited matchup. We're ready. We hope you're ready. And we'll be back with the first half. We're back here. It's St. Augustine and Delbarton ready to get underway to begin the Delbarton Invitational Tournament. St. Augustine will start with possession, and we're officially underway. Law kicks it, and now ball flying deep into Delbarton territory. Alessi heads it, and it will bounce out of bounds for a throw-in.
Nice long kick there by the Hermits. Start the game off.
Yeah, getting it deep in Delbarton territory. It's going to be necessary to get active early.
Both teams coming off of 3-goal wins. Delbarton versus Mount Olive, and the Hermits versus Vineland.
Phillips throws it in, but it's headed out by Kovacs. Another throw-in awaits. C.J. Phillips, only a sophomore, communicating with his teammates. Gets this one into the box. Ball headed up, dangerous. Still in dangerous territory, and Rubio catches it after the light header by Byer.
A couple of headers there, and Byers had 2 goals in the last game, but easy enough for Rubio to come down with for the Green Wave to start possession.
Priorilio with some nice handles, now passes it. Here's Rotolo. Passes it, and he's going to let that one go through. Mazzarella gets it around the sideline. Passes in, deflected, and taken by Carr.
And Mazzarella, one of those speedy guys for the Green Wave. Trying to make something work and get it into Murphy, who's been amazing this season with 3 goals.
Well, keeping headed, but Lines will send this one forward. Mazzarella heads it, and now it's Martin. He passes it back. Here's Johnson. He passes it back to Martin. Martin crosses it in, and it's taken by Carr.
Yeah, and how great has Cortland Martin been, the freshman for the Green Wave. Wow, 6 goals already. Definitely going to be a key point of the Green Wave's offense.
Carr with a sky-high kick. And the Hermits have possession.
Yeah, you can see the Hermits going for those deep kicks, not the short ones to start this game.
You need to be aggressive against these Delbarton teams we've seen over the last few years, and the recurring theme, Coach David Donovan. Carr looking at his options. He'll take the short one. And now this one's sent towards midfield. Chasing, Lines will get there first. He'll pass back to Rubio. The pass was targeted for Caluzzi. Rubio sends this one out to DeMarju. Keeps it in bounds. Now it's back to Lines.
Lines, the lone commit for the Green Wave. Anchors the defense.
There's a pass intercepted, dangerous, and a great play by Rubio coming out of the net and avoiding what could have been disasterful for the Green Wave.
Yeah, no defenders in sight, just Rubio. He makes the decision to go up there and safely gets the ball out. Smart play.
A great slide, and even if he stayed back there, it was going to be tough to make a save like that, 2-on-1. But the Hermits have been moving the ball well and forcing some turnovers, which is what you like to see.
Yeah, playing aggressive defense on the Green Wave. A couple of early passes. Thought he may have had a shot on that last one, but decides to pass it to the corner. There will be a goal kick for the Green Wave, who goes short and not a deep pass.
Here's Mazzarella. Passing deep. And he finds, that's Jordan Douglas. Light pass, Mazzarella comes in and gets it. 2 guys on him, and it's intercepted.
Another interception by the Hermits.
Calusi trying to get it, but Alessi has it now. Heath goes down, and there will be a penalty. There, a foul on Brown. Lines. And the pass is deflected, and now sent deep into Delbarton territory again, but Rubio's there. Alessi was there to help, and now it's DeMarju.
Strong throw there by Rubio. Green Wave just need to keep the ball.
Lines. Passes it over to Mazzarella. And he'll send it across the field to DeMarju. A lot of open field ahead. Coordinating. Here's a cross in, intended for Murphy. It's knocked away, and it'll be a throw-in for the Green Wave. A nice defensive play there by Wilson.
Yeah, saw Martin transition from the corner to the center there, trying to get open. The Hermits playing that tight defense. And then they steal the ball away, but Green Wave get it back.
Trying to make a move there was Kovacs, who gets knocked down. It'll be a foul and a set piece in dangerous territory.
Yeah, collapse there. Kovacs, almost like he ran into a wall. But see what the Green Wave can do with this. Not sure if they're going to go with the direct shot or try to get it in.
And the Green Wave without one of their captains today, Marcus Arthur, who is out with an ankle injury he suffered against Mount Olive. A direct shot on the ground and really didn't work out for the Green Wave. Jumped on by Carr.
Straight to Carr, easy save for him and for the Hermits to return to possession. But yeah, as you mentioned, key captain Marcus Arthur. Good thing for the Green Wave is this team is so young. They have so many pieces to put in and adjust.
Liam Murphy almost made a play there, but the Hermits stay strong. A through ball doesn't work out, and Line sends it across midfield. Here's a deep pass, and it was almost there, just a little low, intended for Calusi. Guy they keep trying to target deep. Hermits stick with possession there.
Yeah, look to see a lot of Calusi today. Had a goal in their last win versus Vineland. Has 7 goals already on the season. Was their second goal scoring leader last year.
DeMarzu sends it over. Here's Alessi. Scanning his options, goes to the center. And Delbarton gets possession back. Here's Murphy. Here's a pass forward. And here's Sutton on the chase. A fight for it, and jumping on top of it is Carr. And another aggressive play we've seen from a goaltender today. But it's the right move.
Yeah, a couple of nice passes there by the Green Wave. Try to sneak it in. A little bit of back and forth. And the goalie makes the decision to jump on it and retain possession.
Trying to keep it in bounds, but that won't work to the Delbarton bench. And it'll be a throw-in for the Green Wave.
Nice pressure there to force the Hermits to have to kick it deep and go out. See if the Green Wave can slow things down and keep the ball moving.
Pass that's intercepted. Counterattack opportunity is shattered by Lines. Great moves here. And here's a pass forward. Taking it up is Johnson. And a pass for Martin, just a little too far out in front. Throw in for the Hermits.
Yeah, the Hermits coming in with that smart defense. Couple of interceptions early, but Lines using that knowledge breaks it up.
What a great move by DeMarju there to keep possession for the Green Wave. He'll send it across the field, but it's intercepted. Been saying that a lot today. And there's a trip, and they'll call the foul.
Yeah. The Hermit's defense so far is forcing the Green Wave to make longer passes. And those are the key for the turnovers. Just have to capitalize on one of them. But so far, you got to like what you guys see by the Hermits.
Coming on across. Morton was there, but it was an aggressive play by Carr to prevent that goal. But a really great pass there by Douglas to keep it in. Almost went out of bounds.
Yeah, Carr swooping in to stop Martin, but it'll be a corner kick for the Green Wave. They've had a lot of goals come off corner kicks. Let's see if they can capitalize.
Here's the corner. Sent in. Too high. Now it's back into the box, and it's saved by Carr.
Yeah, first effort there, just a little bit over everybody. But Delbarton header keeps it in play. Martin tried to swoop in and head it back, but it went to Carr. The Green Wave playing a little bit of aggressive defense.
Here's a pass forward. Chasing it is Lines, and he'll get there first, let it go to Rubio, and now it's back to Lines. Pass intended for Lamanter, and here's a deep one for Martin.
Lamanter, 4 goals on the season so far, second most for the team. So him and Kaluzzi really keeping this Hermits team together, anchoring them towards that 5th in the state ranking.
DeMarju again working well near the sidelines, keeps possession for the Green Wave, and Alessi will give it to Rubio. Now it's Mazzarella. Rubio to Lines. And Delbarton's been playing a lot of possession today, and with the way the Hermits have been playing, it's been really necessary for them to do that. We really don't see them just try to pass the ball, keep it short, and have that timing, but today they've really had to with all the turnovers that they've had.
Yeah, usually the Green Wave try to slow things down, move the ball, find an empty spot in the defense, but the Hermits are really crashing 2 defenders to the Green Wave's attacks, forcing them to quickly pass it off, and I think kind of disrupting what they want to do and what they have been doing all season long.
And crashing passes, that's what Carr just did. Went up and made an aggressive play, grabbed it, and now the Hermits with possession. Here's Douglas, and they will blow the whistle. Foul on Delbarton. Set piece, Murphy. Tall guy. Makes sense that he's up near the ball. Send into just outside the box. Johnson will send it forward for Mazzarella, trying to get there. Martin's ahead, but the Hermits grab it first. Here's Law will send it back.
Long kick back to the goalkeeper, try to slow things down.
Here's Lines. Now Alessi. Ahead looking for Pierulli, but he's double covered. And it's taken by the Hermits. It'll go out of bounds now. Hermits throwing. And that's Brown who will take it. No, never mind. They switch it up. Phillips will send it in. Lines there. Heads it up. 2 Hermits basically on top of each other. And now Lines get to, after all of that commotion.
A little bit of back and forth between both teams. Trying to play aggressive But this is what you usually see from top teams. Oh, and an interception.
Here's a counterattack. Caluzzi sends it inside. Here's a shot. Goal! St. Augustine scores the first of this invitational. It's Sean Lamantine.
Lamantine having a great season, adds to it. 5th goal now in the season. Key interception for the Hermits on a bad mispossession for the Green Wave. Caluzzi with a great pass inside, and Lamantier just puts it right in the back of the net, had Rubio going to the left.
Yeah, not a lot Rubio could have done there, and it was really Lamantier's shot to miss. I mean, you got the whole net in front of you, and he capitalizes. St. Augustine with the lead.
Gotta credit Caluzzi. 2 defenders are on him, and he makes the decision to pass it inside to find his teammate there. And a great start for the Hermits.
Delbarton playing with a little bit more urgency now. On the chase is Pierulli. And he's taken down. Ball goes out of bounds. A well-timed tackle. Throw in. Miller has it taken from him. And it'll go out of bounds. St. Augustine's ball.
Good run back there by Kovacs to get back on defense after the interception by the Hermits and to prevent it and to go out of bounds. Another opportunity for the Hermits.
Here's a pass inside, but deflected away. Go out of bounds. Remains St. Augustine's ball. Playing it back now. And I'm sorry, it was Frankie Brown with the assist before. Sending it back, and Miller trying to get there, almost does, but Carr grabs it.
Yeah, Carr signaling his players, his teammates, where to go. Another deep kick by St. Augustine.
And once again, Lyons heads it up. Delbarton with possession. Pirulli sends it back. Here's Alessi. He'll send it forward. Mazzarella. He's going to throw a through ball, and it's not going to work out. Just a bit too high. Was trying to get it to, looks like a Bire.
Yeah, and just some of those mistakes are hard to have. Open field there, but unfortunately a little bit too long and a little tangle there by the Hermits in Green Wave. Will result in the Green Wave gaining possession. Murphy here.
Sorry, that is Kovacs. And now Mazzarella will come near the ball. Again with this dual option. Taken by Kovacs into the box. And it's headed out. Good defense there by the Hermits. But retaining possession is Kovacs, trying to get through defenders, but a bit too many Hermits. But now Delbarton gets it back. Mazzarella gets tackled. And now there will be a whistle. Delbarton set piece here, just outside the box. We'll see what they can do.
Definitely going to be interesting to see how they play this. Try to get it in, maybe for a header. Just want to try to keep it away from Carr. Keep him on his toes.
Oh, Mazzarella to take this one now. And he sails it over the net. A missed opportunity, and it's Hermit's possession.
Yeah, Definitely one thing I was thinking is you just cannot have it go too long, and unfortunately, way over. May not get many opportunities like that against a top team. But nice breakthrough for the Hermits to regain possession.
Carr signaling his guys to get towards the middle of midfield. And now, Martin trying to get there. Ball rolling forward. Martin got taken out by Carr. And there's the whistle. Yellow card on Carr. We'll see where they rule this, but it might be a penalty kick.
It was right in that area. Hard collision there by Carr and Martin. It's going to be an interesting spot.
We'll see. I think it will be a set piece just outside the box. A completely different approach here, though.
Yeah, definitely having one defender versus a whole wall.
Delbarton has not been successful, especially in the last few minutes on these set pieces, so we'll see what approach they have here.
Looks like Carr is coming out.
At least meeting with the sideline, yeah, and he will. Fortunately, that jersey is so bright, and with the sun on it, I cannot make out what number that is.
Me neither.
There are two other goalies on this roster. It's either going to be Pineo or Taylor. I believe is Pineo. Looks like they got the 00 on him and the just single 0 on Taylor. So seems as if Pineo is in for the Hermits.
We'll see if they go mozzarella here for this set piece. Big opportunity for the Green Wave.
I think that's Miller takes the shot, blocked in front. That's why they call it the wall. Mazzarella kicks it out. Pierulli, so many guys on him, gets laid out. And there's the whistle.
Yeah, as I mentioned, big difference having that one defender versus a whole wall. Can't have a better outcome if you're the Hermits. Get a block on Miller's shot. But another penalty will result in a Green Wave kick. See if they go short here. They go for it all and put it into the box.
It's a long way, but it seems like that's what they're going to do. Mazzarella. And Carr gets it. Mazzarella's kicks seem to be a little bit too powerful, either over the net or Carr's getting it. But goes out of bounds. And Carr will come back in for Pineo. It must have just been for that situation with the free kick, or maybe something going on with Carr. But regardless, he's back in between the posts.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of extra height there on Pinero, or just a discussion on that collision with Martin. Hermits in possession, trying to swap sides.
We keep that one in bounds by Brown. And now sailing forward. Alessi can't get to it. Instead, it's Lamantier, the sole goal scorer for today. And Johnson on the chase. Passes it forward, Mazzarella. Has Miller ahead. Now hits the brakes. Gets pushed forward. And he still keeps possession for the Green Wave. All those jerseys. Now it's going to sail out of, or head out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Green Wave.
Shifty Mazzarella there.
And here's Alessi.
Able to turn corners, gets stumped by the Hermits defense, but nice slide there to keep it out of play and keep it on the Green Waves side.
Right outside the box, opportunity for the Hermits, a shot and a routine save by Rubio.
Yeah, right down the middle, straight into Rubio's hands.
He'll send it to lines, right to his left. DeMarju to lines. And sends it forward, trying to get it to Johnson, but it's knocked out of bounds, rather, by Phillips. Murphy will throw it in.
Murphy trying to keep himself away from the sun there. Long throw into the box.
Still an opportunity, but St. Augustine has possession. They'll send it to midfield. Really strong defense we've seen so far by St. Augustine. Have not allowed much. Oh, nice move by McCormick.
Yeah, as you mentioned, really amazing defense. It seems like the Green Wave haven't gone off the shot they've wanted or really haven't played the way they've wanted to. So it'll be interesting to see their different game plan because you know Coach Donovan always has something.
Inside the box, Miller was trying to make a play, but it's flied out, and now the Hermits with possession. This one sent forward, but a little bit too much power on it, and Rubio will get there.
Rubio just lets it go out for the goal kick. Too much power there on that one. Looks like he's going to give it short to lines.
What a surprise.
A lot of action on that back end for Lions defense and those short kicks.
Lines. Pass to McCormick. He'll send it forward to Martin. It's Mazzarella. And now going forward is Abire. McCormick across in. Header gathered by Carr.
That header, great pass by McCormick to get in. You know, a nice shot, but that header took a unfriendly bounce for the Green Wave and right into Carr's hands for the save and the goal kick. Again, a deep one.
Alessi. And the ball will go out of bounds. Throw in.
Both teams deferring on how they want to handle their goal kicks. The Green Wave usually going short, but the Hermits kicking it off deep.
Abire sends it forward. Johnson trying to get there, but it's kicked up. McCormick trying to get it. And it'll go out of bounds. Delbarton throwing.
It's been a lot of tight play there on those sidelines.
And talking about the sidelines, Brusco will come in for Johnson for the Green Wave. What were you going to say?
Yeah, just the Hermits really crowding those sideline areas for the Green Wave.
And a nice save by Carr. And it was a tough shot by Mazzarella. Had to shoot it all the way across the net while going to the left.
Still a nice shot, just a great save. And as Brusco checks in, he had an amazing assist to one of two of Murphy's goals on their win versus Mount Olive. So the freshman is really starting to show his greatness.
Here's a pass in, but Line sends it back. Hermit's still working with it. He'll send it across. And Lines has it now. Sky high. And just a correction, it was Taylor who came in before when Carr came out, so our judgment was incorrect.
Yeah, just a little bit hard to see, as you mentioned, that
Oh, of course.
bright jersey and sun. The Hermits have a kick here. See if they go short or deep. Looking like a deep one.
In the box, and DeMarju will send it out of bounds for a corner kick.
One kick goes over the Hermit's head. Other one forces DeMarju to get it out. And this could be key for the Hermits.
If they can make this a 2-goal game, Delbarton would have a lot of things to talk about in the locker room. Delbarton talking about getting back. Here we go. The corner kicks in. Headed out by Lines. Good defense from the Green Wave. And McCormick will send it forward. Here's Morton.
Trying to start a counterattack.
Passes it to the other freshman, Brusco, who's taken down on the play. But it goes out of bounds. It remains Delbarton possession. Now Martin with it. And it's taken away. Sends it up to Marju. And Lines are there. But so is Lamentier. And here's
Lamentier
Alessi.
being aggressive in that area.
Sends it forward, and it'll go out of play. Mazzarella gave up on it.
But yeah, just to go back to that corner kick by the Hermits, Lines, what a great day for him so far. Couple of early headers to keep it out of possession. And just another great save. One of the reasons why he's the commit for the Green Wave. Amazing defender.
Nice move there by Abere. And we'll have a whistle before that throw-in.
Not sure, but they'll redo it.
This one, instead of being deep, is short. Mazzarella patiently playing and sends it to Lines. Here's now to Marju. Back to Lines. Two seniors playing back and forth here.
Green Wave just trying to look for something to come open. It's nice not to force it, but now they go for the long kick.
Martin trying to keep it in. Sorry, Brusco, that is. He'll send it forward. Here's a pass. Intended for Mazzarella, but a lot of Hermits there. This strong defense, it seems as if they know who Delbarton's going to pass to, almost. They're surrounding the guy who looks like he's most open on the play, and then just closing in on him, and it's really been effective.
Yeah, it looks like their coach really came up with an amazing game plan to defend against the Green Wave. And at half, going to see what Coach Donovan wants to do. Because St. Augustine really showing that they prepped for this one.
It's going to be a throw-in. St. Augustine taking their time. With 7:14 to play. DeMarju kicks it out of bounds.
St. Augustine facing Chaminade next tomorrow, part of the Delbarton Invitational. And then Delbarton versus Chaminade. Chaminade 5-1, lone loss to the #1 team in the nation, St. Benedict's, who's 6-0. They're off to an amazing start too.
Little hesitation leads to Hermit's ball. And now here's Alessi. And it'll be deflected out of bounds. Throw-in. Sorry, it was not deflected. Spin looked a little off, but it's going to be a throw-in for St. Augustine.
Nearing the end of half, St. Augustine pointing out, seeing what they can do to get their players open.
Trying to go into the halftime with some more momentum.
Green Wave clear it though. Oh, never mind.
Oh, sorry about that. There was a big bug on my way. I don't know what that was. Flying around, but sent forward. Now it's going to be taken by Lines. And now pass to DeMarju. McCormick now. Here's Alessi. Passes it forward, and it's intercepted. Now Alessi gets it back. Passes tough to handle, but taking it forward now is Douglas. He'll send it in. Morton knocked down inside the box. No flag, or no penalty. And now here's the counterattack. And it will go out of bounds for a goal kick. 5 minutes to go in this first half.
Let's see if the Green Wave, these past couple minutes, St. Augustine's been in more control, trying to attack, but let's see if the Green Wave can lead an end of half movement.
DeMarju. Kovacs. And now it's stolen. And that pass.
Not sure who that was intended for, but right to the Green Wave.
Here's Lines off the pass of DeMarju. McCormick will send it to Alessi. Pass to Murphy now. 3 Hermits around him. And now Douglas comes in and try to get it, but Murphy will knock. And now we will have a whistle for St. Augustine. And it will be a set piece.
Foul might have been on Murphy there.
I mean, it had to be on Murphy, the only guy in that area. Sends it in. Rubio takes it.
A little bit too long of a pass there, right to Rubio as we encounter 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
For Rubio there, personally, I would not have taken my time with that. Sure, you guys are down 1. You guys want to take it slow. You don't want to give up anything big going into halftime. But at the same time, you can look at it. Listen, we could catch them coming out of the break. Everybody was more shifted to the right side, and you can take advantage. You got Cortland Martin, who's very fast in the middle of the field. So I want Delbarton to play a little bit more aggressively and a little bit more amped up.
Yeah, definitely. And, if you give it right away there, the defense still getting back in their set, still getting back in their formation, you can catch them off guard.
They're already back. Right. Ball goes out of bounds. Throw in. Be exactly what you were saying there. Like, the defense is already back, and for St. Augustine, they're not back. So taking advantage of a counterattack like that is crucial if you want to even this one up. And that one will sail into the bleachers. Actually, don't know how that happened. Oh, sorry. Looked like the ball went into the bleachers. Very small area. But just collected by a fan. DeMarju passes it, and it'll go out of bounds. Johnson was there.
Yeah, DeMarju couldn't quite connect to Johnson. Going to be a throw-in for St. Augustine as they switch the throw-in. Trying to get something.
Byer sends it in, goes out of bounds. 1:40 to play in the first half.
Looks like it's going to be another corner kick for the Hermits.
And if I'm the Hermits, I want to take my sweet time with this. Again, the counterattack is big. You see Martin all the way at the top over there to the left.
Definitely the Green Wave are looking to get a stop here and looking to quickly move up the field. So if you're the Hermits, no need to rush.
You don't want to. You want to burn as much time as you want off the clock. That one goes forward. Header. That is Mir sends it forward, and it's cleared.
A couple of these corner kicks just too far overhead the players. Murphy, nice defense.
Yeah, really aggressive. And now there we go, the throw-in. Murphy.
Green Wave playing with some poise as we encounter 37 seconds.
Delbarton with possession still. Trying to push the ball upfield. Here's a ball hit a little too hard. Rubio is there. He'll sort this one out near midfield. Headed forward. McCormick passes it back. DeMarju needs to be careful with his options. Sends this one forward, and this one will go out of bounds. Kovacs throws it in. 5 seconds to play in this first half. And that should just about do it. The horn blows, and it's 1-0. St. Augustine in Delbarton's first invitational game. We'll be back with the halftime report. We had a really different first half than we had expected. St. Augustine really had an answer for everything Delbarton threw at them. What did you observe?
Yeah, I just really saw that St. Augustine was playing with a poise on defense, tight defense, especially on the sidelines, not letting the Green Wave get to where they want with the ball. But for the Green Wave, they just have to slow things down a little bit, move the ball where they want, and try to execute where St. Augustine isn't guarding.
Yeah, I think coming out of the gates, they need to be really aggressive with how they play. St. Augustine, again, they've had an answer for almost everything Delbarton has thrown at them. The deep passes, the short passes. And even with Rubio, with those small passes to Peter Lines just in front of them, I really think they should push the ball deep.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, we'll be back with the second half of action. We're back. Liam Murphy starts it off. It's a deep ball. And St. Augustine has it. And it will stay in bounds. Playing along the sidelines. And now it will go out of bounds.
Yeah, Ben, and I noticed during halftime that the Chaminade coach is on the sideline over there taking notes, preparing for tomorrow and Sunday's game. So that's a little note. But for the Green Wave, as you mentioned, they just need to be a little bit more aggressive. Really keep this defense on their toes and try to find the shot that they want. And especially when they get those corners or set pieces, really make those count.
Yeah, exactly. Make sure, no matter how long it takes, make sure, excuse me, you get the right look. And a beautiful tackle there by Bryce Wilson. And now we'll go out of bounds. Throwing for the Green Wave. Amire. And good defense. Delbarton keeps possession. Throwing. Here's Brusco. Deep into the box. Yeah, nobody there.
Right to the Hermits, but the Green Wave trying to keep it.
Brusco has it now. Passes it. Kovacs sends it in. Just inside. Oh, and a great opportunity doesn't work out, and there's a nice clear by the Hermits.
Yeah, Kovacs put a perfect pass into the box. right to Mazzarella, but just couldn't quite get turned around to find the shot that he wanted.
Brusco towards the sideline, passes it in. Oh, and so close. Just not on the same page as the guys in the box. Martin was there, Murphy was there, but just behind each of them. And now booting it out. Nice play with the hands by Carr.
Yeah, but you can't ask for anything better there from Brusco. Gets it past the Hermit on the sideline. Perfect pass. Martin was there. He just didn't look in time. Could have had an easy shot.
And that pass hit way too hard. Sent out of bounds. Hermits with the throw-in.
Yeah, if you're saying Augustine, you see their players saying to just calm it down a little bit. 2 key stops. You really get lucky out of that. And now see what they can do on offense and try to keep the ball a couple of headers.
DeMarju playing back now. Here's an attack by the Hermits. That one blocked and will go out of bounds. Throwing for St. Augustine.
Definitely nice to see the Green Wave coming out of the half being more aggressive. One of the things that Coach Donovan probably told them in the locker room is to make it count. And if they keep getting looks like that and passes inside like that, a team like them, they will convert on one of them.
DeMarju passes it. Kovacs. Now it's forward. Opportunity. Piruli tackled on the play. And it would have been clean, but he hit the ball and then he hit Piruli. So it will be a set piece for the Green Wave. Kovacs rushes it and it's intercepted. Here's a through ball, but a nice play by Lines. And now Kovacs has it back.
Yeah, that's a great header out by Lines, because if the Hermits convert that over a shorter defender.
Great play by Brewster trying to keep it in, and he's not able to.
If the Hermits convert that, they have green grass. They had a player right in front.
Oh my gosh, it was a perfect pass.
Would have been an easy shot. So Line, just another defense. He's been amazing for the Green Wave today.
Kick out to midfield. And Line's chasing. It was a long kick. And now we'll go out of bounds. Knocked somebody's hat over.
Green Wave saying to go quick. They do that.
Pass across. Brusco. Nice move to get in. Cross inside. Piruli was there. But it would have been a tough shot, and now it's cleared. DeMarju. Oh, and a great play, and now another even better play by Johnson. But if Johnson wasn't there, I mean, you're looking at a whole field open for Gorman.
Yeah, it would have been one-on-one. But Brusco with a couple of nice quick turns and getting past defenders and great passes inside. And that freshman has really been able to do that all season long. In that Mendon game, we saw that he was able to get some passes in.
Line sends it over to his left. Here's DeMarju. Dribbling up to midfield. Now sends it to Brusco, and it's taken in time by Kovacs. Trying to keep it in. Does that, but it's not him with possession. Now it's the Hermits. But I take that back now because Delbarton's regained possession. McCormick passes it. Sorry, that was Amire. Here's Mazzarella.
Mazzarella so fast, able to shift from corner to midfield.
Johnson passes it forward. Now he gets it back and has to run back for it.
Coach is telling them to keep moving the ball forward, though.
Kovacs Pass intercepted. Whelan was all over that one, and now he dribbles up. Passes it. Forward now is Lamantier, and it is a whistle.
Offsides.
It will be offsides, and Lyons has it after him and DeMarju played a little catch.
Unfortunate pass by Kovacs on that last Green Wave possession. Just a little bit too quick. Right to Wilding.
There's a tackle, and it will be St. Augustine ball. Not a side tackle there either.
Yeah, just a little tackle there. Able to keep possession is the Hermits. We'll see if they try going deep from this angle here. Could try to work things into the middle.
Sent in towards the box. Rubio has to readjust. We're going to have a whistle.
Knee in the back there from one of the Hermits into the Green Wave players.
It'll be a set piece. Trying to get there was Martin, and now he does get it. Great determination. Now Mazzarella. Here now it's sent forward Pierulli. And it's sent away. Again, this defense has been unrelenting. Just circling around the guy who has the ball.
Yeah, really swarming to the ball. Just great communication between the Hermits. Able to locate who's it going to, who has it. And unfortunately, the Green Wave teammates can't come over fast enough sometimes. There's just not much you can do sometimes when defense is really playing that attentive.
For sure. Here's a Mirai. He'll pass. Mazzarella on the far right. And now it's stolen. First 10 minutes have been really back and forth between these two sides, and the next goal will most likely determine this one.
Yeah, if St. Augustine can put another goal up, you know, obviously still 30 minutes remaining, but with the way the game has been going, they could have really iced things.
And then for the Green Wave, if you get one, the fact that you're able to exploit the St. Augustine defense for the first time, Dr. Donovan will make note of that, and I think he'd definitely be able
See what they did
to keep
good,
going,
yeah.
to keep going. Everybody on the Delbarton sideline getting warm. St. Augustine has possession. Sending it forward now. Nice move. Shot. Too high and over the net. Goal kick. If you could get that one down, most likely a goal.
Yeah, open look for the Hermits, but just a little bit too much power on that one and over the head of Rubio and everyone else. Unfortunate for St. Augustine. Luckily enough for the Green Wave, they regain possession with a deep side kick, but unfriendly bounce.
I really liked what St. Augustine has done on offense. We keep talking about their defense, but their offense has really been patient the whole day. And I think they've really done a lot of prep that came into this one, and it's paying off. Because every pass that they've had, I don't think they've had a single interception on a big pass like that all day.
Yeah, we keep mentioning interception when they're on defense, but we really haven't said anything when they're on offense. So they're smart with their passes. And it really just shows that they know what they're doing in this big matchup.
A little roll to lines.
going to be an interesting game tomorrow. Chaminade versus St. Augustine as the Chaminade coach watching. See if they can keep up that defense. Green Wave are looking for something.
Line sends it deep. Bruce goes there. Great touch. Now heading down. And he whiffs on it. And now it's cleared.
Able to get past the defender, but not enough power on that one.
And there's a lot of power on that one, though. Sends it all the way across the field. Here's Kovacs. Just something to note, only 13 minutes in here to the second half, but we've not seen Owen Miller yet in the second half. And when he left, we've only had him have one appearance so far for the Green Wave. I understand that he might be restrained to some minutes coming in off the injury, but with desperation time right now, I would put him in. Carr.
You definitely want to rely on those seniors who know what they're doing, especially against a tough defense like this.
Mazzarella tripped.
He's down.
Gets up.
This is going to be a set piece for the Green Wave. See if they can work things into the box again.
Something to know, Owen Miller ready to get back into this one.
He spoke it into existence.
And now he comes on, Kovacs. Only getting some water sprayed on his face, rather, while on the sideline, but coming off is going to be Cortland Martin. And just thinking about it, those two attackmen have been really strong over, you got Martin this year and Miller last year. That attack with those two out there at the same time could be really strong. I see them subbing off for each other right now. But going forward, I'd watch out for that attack.
Yeah, as Miller starts to ease back into things and integrate himself back into the lineup with Martin, definitely going to be nice to see. Set piece does not work out, but the Green Wave still have possession.
This one sent forward. Here's Miller. Owen Miller. Good handles, weaving through defenders. Still with it. And it'll send out, and it is Delbarton ball. It'll be a corner kick. A big opportunity here. Just entered the 25th minute. And here are Kovacs and Mazzarella.
Yeah,
They've been unsuccessful so far.
What you don't want to let happen if you're the Green Wave, you do not want it to sail all the way over, because that's when it gets into a tight situation. Let's see how they play this.
Kovacs sends it into the box. It's just short, and it's cleared. So it's been too far and now too short. Just got to find somewhere in the middle.
Nice pass.
And not the smartest kick there by Douglas.
Yeah, not sure he really had to touch that one. That was going to be off St. Augustine for another corner.
But a mistake made, and it results in possession for St. Augustine.
And the Green Wave definitely have played better offense in this second half, getting more looks. Still, St. Augustine is holding strong. But now they need to take some time of possession like they did in the first half. Ooh.
Brusco all the way open, and the pass for him is way too far inside. And this is something I've been seeing even on the goal kicks. Just not been the right decision-making for the Green Wave. Brusco has been wide open coming down the right side of the field, and they haven't sent it to him. It's really been these short passes to lines. I don't know if this is Dr. Donovan's game plan, and I would never question that. But really questioning why they haven't sent it to him at least once on an accurate pass.
Yeah, you see for St. Augustine, those deep goal kicks are really working, able to work the middle of the field. And when you get these short passes into lines, they're really swarming to the ball and not able to set up the best because he has to get it out of there. He can't let it turn over. And the Hermits recognize that.
Kovac sends it forward, not to really anybody. Murphy lays out Ostrander, and he's going to get a yellow. Seems like a little aggression being let out. Not the smartest play.
Now Murphy's going to come off. Yeah, just, a little bit frustrated. Pass was too high, too long for him. Just a little bump there. Yellow card, and
he'll come off. Martin on now.
Now we'll get to see Martin and Miller. The trio of them with Mozzarella could be something.
Here's an attack. The Hermits cleared from the green wave. Counterattack brewing. Here's a pass across the field to Miller. He'll send it forward. Douglas skying it into the Hermits end, and it's grabbed by Carr. For Brusco, he had a guy coming all the way open down the field. It might have been Martin who sent that one forward, but
yeah, there was someone right there in front of him. Still a really accurate pass, but not sure why you don't just keep going with the green grass. And then Douglas there, just too much right into Carr's hands. These mistakes by the Green Wave are costly, especially against a top team. And injured player down for St. Augustine.
Martin trying to stick with it, and it will be kicked out of bounds. A smart play by Bryce Wilson.
Gets up limping.
Not a good sign for the Hermits. That's Frankie Brown, who already has an assist in this one. Pierulli trying to get it. Has it. And now it's kicked out of bounds, and it'll be a corner kick.
They need to get Brown out of there. Really can't run on that leg.
Carr communicating with his guys.
Two guys, because they have two guys out there. Let's see what the Green Wave can do.
Really stacking shallow in the box with Brusco and Douglas on the top. They'll send it in, an accurate corner kick, but it's kicked out of headed out of the box.
Yeah, definitely, as you mentioned, like 6 Hermits and really only 2 for the Green Wave there.
Nice play by Lines there to kick it off. That was Calusi's foot, and it's Delbarton ball still. Douglas sends it into triple coverage, and now it'll go out of bounds.
Not the best throw in.
And Douglas will let Brusco take it. Those two and Cortland Martin, the 3 freshmen on this team. And this one heading towards the sideline. It'll be a corner kick for the Green Wave with just under 21 minutes to go. 21 minutes.
Get to go from the left side
in the
now.
second half. And it is cleared out and goes out of bounds. And it will be, there's a nice play. We saw that with Lines before, and now it's off Mozzarella, so it's going to be a throw-in for the Hermits.
Yeah, smart move there. Able to retain possession. Just trying to slow things down. Clock chewing under 20 minutes.
Here's Miller. I don't know. It seems something might be. I get it, Miller's first game back, but he doesn't seem as fast as he was last year. Or doesn't have the same energy today. Maybe just not the day for him, but definitely something to note.
Yeah, definitely just trying to revamp him back into the lineup. Probably still feeling a little bit of effects there, especially first game back is against a top 5 team in the state, you know. Not the easiest to deal with. Mazzarella weaving.
DeMarju sending it forward. And there's the call. Miller trips up. That was Peraza.
St. Augustine, not going to go short. They're going deep. Right to the green wave header.
And Douglas sends it out of bounds. Throw in. Phillips gets it in. Mazzarella and Pierulli both come off. Most likely saving them for the final minutes. And
Yeah.
McCormick comes on. Great way to keep it in bounds there by Johnson. He's the other guy who came in.
Definitely need to keep Mazzarella and those other key players fresh for the last minute, you know, attacks. See if they can work something. Ooh, right to the Hermits. It's like you read him.
Counterattack here. And it's taken by Rubio. Rolls right into his arms.
Just a little bit too far there for St. Augustine. Unfortunate for them. Right to Rubio. Deep kick for Douglas.
Chasing, getting, and now it's two guys on him. Passes it to McCormick. He'll send it inside. And now he loses where the ball was, and as a result, the Hermits have possession.
Yeah, just didn't know. Thought he had already lost the ball, but he still had it. Gets it back. Ooh, right to the Hermits.
Conti will send it forward. Chasing is DeMarju. And
Smart sweep.
here's Johnson.
Smart sweep play to get the ball out from the running defender.
And Johnson misses a pass there. Sails out of bounds, throw in for the Hermits. Miller. Gets grabbed up. And there's the whistle.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was trying to do there. Just held him. Easy call for the officials.
Rubio passes it to Lons. He'll send it forward. Here's DeMarju. Brusco. And he'll kick it out of bounds. Or sorry. No, it'll be Rue Delbarton ball. But again, these opportunities, they're finally starting to get them, but they're really rushing it. The timing has not been there for when they really want to turn the energy up. And as a result, those opportunities keep being squandered.
Yeah, on that last play, Martin, the way smaller offender versus that tall Hermit defender, just not a smart play to just throw it up in the air. Not going to win that.
Lines fakes out Lamont here. This one's sent in.
Great header there to keep it away from Johnson.
And it will go out of bounds. Delbarton throwing. Johnson will take it. And now it will be a St. Augustine throw-in.
Thought that was out on the Hermits, but guess not. They retain possession. with under 15 minutes to go. And 2 substitutions coming on, and Murphy will come back in after he had that heated moment. Looks like Miller's coming off again. So not much time for Miller in the second half. That might be it for his first game.
A little frustration on the sidelines. And here's Kovacs, counterattack. Through ball to Murphy. He has it, being patient, and it's deflected out of bounds. A great defensive play there by Ostrander. It'll be a corner kick for the Green Wave, however.
Yeah, Kovac, smart play to work down the middle. Nice play over to Murphy, who slows things down, gets an efficient shot off. But just, I mean, he really had a shot there, but defender Sadler gets it.
Mazzarella comes in. Kovacs passes it to Mazzarella. Now it's back to Kovacs. Now it's back to Mazzarella. Sends it in. Amire there. Shoots. Oh, and it just misses wide of the net. So close. With such a tight angle, but it swerves just to the right of the goalpost. That was nearly perfect.
Inches off. Wow. I mean, amazing kick by Amiri there. He got the curve, but just a little bit too much. Can't ask for a better shot than that, though, if you're the Green Wave.
And now the question is, will that be the Green Wave's last opportunity with just under 12:30 to go here? And they make the call. It'll be a whistle as Ostrander was taken down. It'll be a set piece. Carr just outside of the 16. And the Hermits have possession. And talking about possession, hasn't been a problem for the Green Wave, but when it comes to capitalizing on that possession, that's another thing.
Yeah, in the first half, you know, St. Augustine really kind of controlled the time of possession. But in the second half, I like what I've seen from the Green Wave offense. Just a couple of miscues, and unfortunately haven't been able to capitalize. They've gotten amazing looks, though. Can't really ask for better. Just got to get one of them to go here. Potential counterattack with Murphy.
Here we go. Murphy kicks it forward, but coming in there, Kovacs taken out.
Injured Hermit, who booted it out into the woods.
Also the guy who took out Kovacs, that is Ostrander.
Yeah, Kovacs was driving there and just tackled. That's going to be St. Augustine's ball.
And that was actually going to be a foul on Kovacs. So, it was a goal kick. Unless that was just the placement he picked, but it seemed pretty exact. Mazzarella trying to get there. He does, but just too many white jerseys.
Yes.
And the speed, the height, everything. Just completely stopping every single thing the Green Wave throw at them.
Yeah, and the speed of Mazzarella really allowed him to even get there. But, again, the Hermits, they came to the ball and just would not let him get the look that he wanted, the pass off that he wanted. Just all-around smart defense, not letting up any room to wiggle and maneuver.
And Martin got pushed out of bounds there, but it'll just be a goal kick. Would be a goal kick for Carr. Just under 10 minutes to play in the first game of this Delbarton Invitational Tournament. St. Augustine leads the Green Wave 1-0.
The Green Wave, they need something, and they need something fast. Again, they've gotten good looks over this second half. Just haven't been able to convert. 9 minutes is a lot of time for them because of the great team they are. Again, St. Augustine has to face Chaminade tomorrow. And then Delbarton takes on Chaminade the next day after that.
Great way to keep it in bounds there from Calusi. And there's a whistle. And there's an injured Hermit down on the field. And we'll step aside. We're back here. 2 injured Hermits come off the field. And now here's lines. Desperation time for the Green Wave.
We'll see if those 2 defenders really affect St. Augustine's defense.
I don't know what that call was about. It seemed as if Hermit guy put his hands up in the air after the play, and so they blew the whistle. So
Yeah,
maybe they said, just got to make the right call based off what the players say.
yeah, didn't really see any contact there.
I don't know about that. I mean, they were tangled up, but I mean, it wasn't anything to make a whistle for. But the refs saw something we didn't. They're down on the field, making the best calls they can. Here's a shot and a great save by Rubio. And now there's going to be a whistle, and there's a yellow flag. Yellow card. And it is on. Do not know who it's on. Slow to get up is DeMarju. He was in a high contact situation.
Guessing it's on St. Augustine, considering that's going to be a goal kick for the Green Wave.
Good call.
But yeah, wow, what an amazing save for Rubio. Even though he went the other way, he reached out his other hand, able to get a palm on that.
And just keeping Delbarton inside, or in this game.
Very close to a second goal in the ice for St. Augustine.
And there's a steal.
Not what you want to see with 7 minutes. You need all the time in possession you can get if you're the Green Wave.
St. Augustine trying to give Delbarton their first loss of the season, off to a great 7-0 start. Rubio keeps it in here.
They might finally go deep this time.
Yeah, I was just saying, line's walking out towards midfield. Rubio will send it. Chasing it is a Hermit. Oh, and that did not look good. He's grabbing at that. Oh, and he's going to go down. That was non-contact. Grabbing at that lower left leg.
Yeah, it looks like he just pumped his leg straight forward, hyperextended into the grass.
It could just be a cramp, but if it's not a good sign, we'll step aside. Thanks. Looks like it's just a cramp. Walking fine now.
DeMarju does come out for the Green Wave after that toss up there near the goal.
Miller keeping it in. Nice play by Miller.
Weaving through defenders.
Here's Amir, something the Green Wave have not been able to do at all today. I was just at it. The height on this St. Augustine team is really unreal. There are not many guys I can say are short for them, and that's really helped them against these Delbarton long balls.
Yeah, definitely, because some of those forwards for the Green Wave, except for Murphy, are a little bit shorter. So it's just making it that much difficult, or that much more difficult for the Green Wave.
And they rushed that one. Carr waiting to grab it, just burning that clock. And now falls on it.
Just two tall defenders there over the shorter Martin. I'm not sure what the look there is.
Well, he really just wants to burn some clock, and he realizes if he jumps on the ball now, that's when the clock starts. But if he waits to grab the ball and then falls on it, he gets to burn more clock.
Yeah, but on the throw-in.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, they just needed to take that one slower. Great defense once more from St. Augustine. 5:30 to go here. Second half has seemed so much shorter. Or felt so much longer than the first half. And that there's a slide tackle. Goes out of bounds. We have a whistle, subs.
Another Hermit down, or two. Couple of injuries here for St. Augustine. Not what you want to see.
Especially late in this game. Going into this Invitational, you already got 2 more games to play. Sorry, 1 more game to play.
Yeah. Just, injuries for the next game. And also, you want your best defenders and forwards out here for the last 5 minutes.
And it's different for Delbarton. Obviously, you don't want any injuries, but you also have tomorrow to rest. St. Augustine does not have that. Here's lines.
Under closing 5 minutes now.
Douglas sends it across. Chasing is Johnson. He'll get there. Passes it inside. Mazzarella trying to get there, but too many Hermits. Should count how many times I've said that today. Here's a counterattack, trying to put the icing on the cake, but it will go out of bounds. Still an opportunity to spread the icing, as there is a corner kick.
Green Wave defender puts it down there to save time, but the Hermits now, they're going to take their time, not rush through this. Put the ball down how they like. No reason not to burn clock.
And a shot, saved by Rubio. The second one's in, though. And that should just about do it here for the first game of this Invitational.
Wow.
Carr loves it, goes to his sideline, gives a high five to his coach. And St. Augustine is hype.
Wow, what a shot there. You know, great save by Rubio on the first attempt, but can't do much when the save goes right into the Hermit's possession. Only can do so much as the goalkeeper. Easy shot into the left side, back of the net. Boom, 2-0, Hermit's lead.
For any Delbarton fans not feeling too great right now, do remember that. I remember a few years ago when Delbarton scored 2 goals in the span of 30 seconds. So 350 or 342, no matter how much time is left, that's why they play the games.
Never know with such a great team.
Here's one inside the box, heads towards us. And it's going to be a corner kick.
Kovacs running here. They got to hurry. But
3:20 to go. Kovacs ready to kick this one. Sends it in. Headed out. Mazzarella shot. Never mind. Brusco sends it in, and doing the split is Carr to make the save.
Wow, Carr has been on fire today. I mean, amazing shot by Brusco. Carr a little bit to the right, but it doesn't matter. He realizes, extends that leg, just saves it. And on that last corner kick by St. Augustine, I mean, they poured it perfectly in the box to take an attempt. Couldn't be much better of a kick for an opportunity. And unfortunately for the Green Wave, some of those opportunities and corners early on in this game and in the second half just failed.
Mazzarella trying to get there.
Good positioning by St.
And
Augustine.
he gets it. But now St. Augustine gets it. That one went out of bounds. And they will call it a corner kick for the Green Wave. Mazzarella moving with tempo. But there will be a sub. Antonin comes on for Douglas.
Need the taller offense for these post kicks.
They need to move here. 2:10 to go. Kovacs sends it in. And it's booted out, keeping it. And that one will be kicked to, now Kovacs has it. And it goes out of bounds. Throw in for Delbarton. Mazzarella trying to keep it for the Green Wave. He goes down, grabbing that left leg. And they're going to blow the whistle.
Not a good sign for the Green Wave. Star player Dylan Mazzarella rolling over in pain. Hopefully he's okay. Looks to get up and walk it off.
Here we go. Lines passes it. Sending it in. Whistle, push. St. Augustine ball.
Mazzarella talking to the ref. Didn't like the call there, but just a little nudge is enough for the refs to call. And now St. Augustine with a deep kick coming. And they're just going to try to milk up as much time as they can.
I can understand where Mazzarella is coming in from here. Refs haven't been too consistent today, and you've seen it on both teams' faces from their expressions. Under 1 minute to go.
Another call on Miller this time for a nudge. Some point just got to let him play a little.
Taking their time with this. No point not to.
Yeah, under 30 seconds as the kick is underway.
That one will sail out of bounds. Kovacs passing it in. Here's Lines.
Green Wave would need a miracle.
There's a foul. The ref says to put 12 seconds on the clock. It's Mr. Mano working the clock.
Last opportunity here for the Green Wave.
Sending it in.
That should do it. High kick up in the air. St. Augustine celebrating. Amazing win for them.
And the number 5 team in the state comes in to Morristown and defeats the number 2 team in the state, the Delbarton Green Wave, 2-0. A beautiful performance, and we'll be back with the postgame report. We're back here. The first game of the Delbarton Invitational Tournament has come to a close with the St. Augustine Hermits defeating the Delbarton Green Wave 2-0. And everything that, we talked about this at halftime, everything the Green Wave threw at St. Augustine, they had an answer for it.
Yeah, and, just great play on defense by St. Augustine to keep swarming against the ball. But you got to give credit to their goalkeeper, Carr. Amazing saves. The Green Wave had a ton of great looks, but Carr prevented a lot of those from going in. And just some great passes from the corner, from the midfield, from the goal, led St. Augustine to pick up a 2-0 win against the number 2 Delbarton, and rightfully so earned.
And how much momentum you can hear down there on the field. They are chanting, and just a great win for St. Augustine. They scored when the time was right. They took advantage of their opportunities, and they squandered anything that Delbarton had. So just a really great performance by the Hermits.
Yeah, definitely. The Green Wave just could not get it going on offense until late. Got some opportunities, unfortunately fell short. But they take on Chaminade Sunday. St. Augustine going to take on Chaminade tomorrow. That should be an exciting one.
And something to look for going into that Chaminade game with St. Augustine, that height and speed was amazing. Really loved that out of the Hermits. So watch out for that tomorrow. For Lorenzo Scola, I'm Ben DeVella. This has been the first game of the Invitational, and we'll see you next time.